Passport bros are no longer welcome in Colombia.
Here to make a special announcement. Those of y'all that follow me, you already know what the announcement is.
In a few months, I've seen multiple videos of guys being deported from Medellin specifically because the only reason that they came was to look for women. All of the guys posting about how they can help you meet girls with the intention of exploiting the women that are in the country are now being hunted down by the Colombian government. For all of the people that genuinely want to experience Colombia, want to experience Colombian culture, this is great news because the only thing that made Medellin or Colombia shitty was the quality of people that were coming and the reasons that they were coming for.
Let's just take a moment and digest what this nigga just said, right? Let's take a moment. The only thing that made Colombia or Medellin shitty were the quality of the people that were coming and the reasons that they were coming for. All right. Simultaneously, I'm gonna pull up one other video. I'm not even gonna say my thoughts. I feel like talking is pointless at this point. You know what I'm saying? Right now, what niggas need to do is just pull up evidence. Let's go ahead and pull up some evidence. Let's just pull this up real quick.
Colombia's most dangerous criminals are living better inside prison than most Colombians live outside. On April 8th, a full vallenato concert took place inside Itagüí maximum security prison. Nelson Velasquez performed for 100 million pesos. Luxury cars rolled through the gates without inspection. Alcohol everywhere. Civilians running the doors instead of guards. Total bill, 500 million pesos, paid by the inmates themselves. When the footage leaked and investigators went in, they found something worse than a party. PlayStation 5s. Wi-Fi. Champagne. And underneath all of that, marble floors, custom showers, and luxury apartments the prisoners had been quietly building inside their cells for months, using outside contractors.
Okay. Now let's go back to what this guy had to say.
Passport bros are no longer welcome in Colombia.
Here to make a special announcement. Those of y'all that follow me, you already know what the announcement is.
In a few months, I've seen multiple videos of guys being deported from Medellin specifically because the only reason that they came was to look for women. All of the guys posting about how they can help you meet girls with the intention of exploiting the women that are in the country are now being hunted down by the Colombian government. For all of the people that genuinely want to experience Colombia, want to experience Colombian culture, this is great news because the only thing that made Medellin or Colombia shitty was the quality of people that were coming and the reasons that they were coming for. Passport bros are no longer welcome in Colombia.
Here to make a special announcement. Those of y'all that follow me, you already
So Medellin isn't shitty because of the, I don't know, millions of people that died over the last 40 to 50 years because of the cocaine trade. Medellin isn't shitty because they don't have an actual prison system that can afford to keep criminals in there. Medellin isn't shitty because prostitution is legal. One of the few Catholic countries in the world where prostitution is actually legal and won't be outlawed. Catholic country where grown men in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s can date women as young as 14 years old legally and have sex with them, marry them. It's not shitty for all those reasons. It's shitty because of the quality of traveler that's coming into the country. Okay. Even when you are American cultured as a Colombian, I don't even know if he's Colombian. I'm going to assume that he is. Oh, he says that he is. As a Colombian who was born here and has his entire family here, I loved how many people wanted to visit and experience our culture. Something changed drastically in the last few years, especially in Medellin. Some people joke that it's Spirit Airlines making flights cheap, bringing in lower quality tourists, but you could see it in the streets, groups of men moving like vultures, hunting for one thing. You would go to a nice restaurant and see guys in shorts and sandals sitting across from underage girls wearing barely anything. I'm not buying that shit. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that. That is commentary I'm not buying. So you're talking about girls being underage. You know what? We're not going to talk. We're not going to talk. We're just going to pull up information, right? We're just going to pull this up. There's really not too much to say. Yo, Chat GPT be acting stupid when you stop paying for it. No cap. All right, chat. I'm just going to pull this up. We're not going to say too much. We're just going to pull this up. Do I really need to say anything more? Like, I feel like I've done enough talking over the last couple of streams. Like, you feel me? Like, do I really need to speak anymore on this shit? I don't even think it's really necessary for me to even keep talking. It's not a problem when y'all do it. It's a problem if we do it. That's the problem. If that's not tribalism and xenophobia at its finest, I can't really tell you nothing. So you were born in Colombia, lived in Colombia, and you don't know that your age of consent is 14 years old, but you write stupid shit like this? You will go to a nice restaurant and see guys in shorts and sandals. What does that have to do with anything? Sitting across from underage girls wearing barely anything. And now peep his next sentence, right? Because then he realizes what he said. Like, let's really dissect what this nigga is saying in this post. Because when you dissect what he's saying in this post, you understand just how ridiculous he really is, right? let me move to the screen where y'all can see this whole shit. This whole shit gets ridiculous, right? You would go to a nice restaurant and see guys in sandals sitting across from underage girls wearing barely anything. Now the next sentence is fucking wild. Things that existed before, but quietly. So, are you mad that men are sitting with underage girls? Or are you upset that it's being broadcasted to the world? The next sentence gets even crazier. Now you cannot listen to a podcast about Colombia without them mentioning the sex trade. So is your problem that the sex trade exists? Or is your problem that gringos are coming there to enjoy, exploit, because they're enjoying the sex trade that you guys have been enjoying your whole lives? Oh, it's not enjoyment when it's foreigners. It's exploitation. Now, this next sentence kills me because it's like he knows he has to acknowledge shit, but he's trying to misconstrue it. We went from being a country escaping a dark history of drug stigmas, you still have that stigma. That shit ain't go nowhere. To watching the same story repeat itself with a different industry. Why? Why do you have this stigma if it doesn't exist in your country? Why don't you take this same post and bring the same energy to your government? Why? Because it's baked into your culture like fucking like fucking rice and peas, nigga. It's baked into the meal of your culture. And you accept this as being your culture. The problem is you don't want foreigners to embrace it. I wrote on his comment, I said, you motherfuckers, no matter where you're born, have the IQ of a fucking fetus. If you think you're going to make a post like this, then make commentary like this and think people are not going to call you out on this shit. Y'all blame everything on foreigners because you cannot take no accountability yourself. None. Goofy. This is one of the few posts where I had to leave a comment. I'm like, yo, this nigga just pissed me off. And I'm following this nigga. I'm following this nigga for other reasons until I see him make a stupid ass post like this. Look at your age of consent, bro. This is your age of consent for some big 50 husky, old ass Colombian nigga to be able to stick it in a 14-year-old. This is your age of consent. Somebody say you're an expat reviewing another expat's content. He's a Colombian nigga who lives in Colombia and spent his whole life there. He might have lived in the US, or maybe he might have served inside the military. Who knows? But he shares the same sentiments as them. Same exact type of sentiments. As long as the pussy stays cheap for him, I'm telling you, what this shit comes down to is these niggas just tired of us coming to this country and raising the price of coochie. That nigga was happy paying the little $15, $20 that he's been paying his whole life to smash his own women. He just don't want us there. That's all it is. That's all it is. Once the price of coochie start going up, nigga, they start showing themselves. No cap. Said passport bros have ruined the reputation of Latin women. I can understand why they don't like that. Brittany. Guys, Brittany has a hidden agenda against black men that travel.